there's one.
Got one already, Jeff?
Got one. Got me down in the weeds.
How many casts did you make? 2 or 3 casts? How many casts did you make?
First cast.
Down the grass or is
Got
that
me in the
giant?
grass, yeah.
That's a good fish.
Not as big as I thought he was.
Well, that's a good start though. Well, it's pretty, he weighs 5 pounds. You count all the grass too. Fishing with my buddy Jeff Shaw, retired O'Reilly president and CEO, COO, or I don't know, all kind. He's had every title you could have over there. Now he's got a title of Jimmy Houston's fishing buddy.
There
he
you
had
go.
that title for a long time. I got his brother Lewis here with us also. That's a good start. We have a north wind blowing and high pressure, beautiful sunshiny day. 40 degrees this morning, but it is supposed to get about 20 degrees warmer as the day goes on. It's supposed to get up around 60. So we're gonna try to stay out of the wind as much as possible, just for the comfort of not having our hands get cold. And hopefully catch a few. You caught that on a red man spinnerbait,
Red man spinnerbait.
Yeah. We're all three throwing a spinnerbait right now, so I've ruined these Missouri guys. Lewis flies a big giant jet airplane for FedEx. So if your FedEx is on time, Lewis is the pilot. If it's not, you're probably not using FedEx. Probably using one of those off brands to get your stuff, so. There he is.
Got him?
Yeah, this is not a giant. This is not a giant, but he'll keep. If we were keeping, he'd keep. Depending on the size limit of the tournament. He'd make it. He's a nice little chunk. He would make it.
Got a belly on it.
We need to get out of this shade. I know we need to do that. Got a little belly on it, looks like me. Look at that belly. He's been eating this morning, hasn't he? We've had rain, a little bit of rain. All day rain, as a matter of fact, yesterday. And a fat little rascal. And that'd be one you want in the tournament right there. Not real long, but for what he is, he weighs good. And that wind's coming up more as I speak. I think it's more now than it was when you caught that fish, Jeff.
Yeah.
What was that, the second cast or something? First cast.
First cast.
They always told me that was bad luck.
Yeah, maybe.
So, I don't believe it, but if you happen to not catch another fish the rest of the day.
We know why.
Yeah. And I bet you she might be right there.
He doesn't have a tag in his ear, does he?
I don't think so, no. There's one right there. First crank with that deep smoothie. Got the larger size deep smoothie, nice fish too. Everybody was throwing spinnerbait, so I said, I'm gonna pick up a crankbait. Nice fish.
Ooh, that's good fish.
Yeah. Nice fish right there on that deep smoothie. Then I'll just pick my deep smoothie up and throw it a little bit. I may only catch one on it, but that's the one I got. He's got lots of, oh yeah, look at that. Look at that big girl. Yeah, baby. And one set of hooks come unhung too. Ah, gotta be careful. Even with your barb smashed down. Gotta be careful. I got her in the
Shad.
This is called a splatter shad, this color, I think. Oh, look at that. That's a nice big fish.
Good fish.
Woo-hoo. Sugar's a little cold this morning. Go back there and tell your big fat girlfriends you run around with how good a sugar you got. And all they gotta do is grab a hold of that American Original. Yeah. Guys, I'm afraid to throw it in the water. I might have to get behind a tree to tie it on. I don't see the collar yet, but that's got to be hers. It's a small deer.
I'm looking at it. I got it on video.
You see the collar?
Is he monetizing yet, or?
No, we're real close, but since so busy with real estate that we hadn't started getting videos.
Yeah. There you go.
There's a fish.
All right,
Hey.
Lewis on the
Is that a
board.
big fish or are you in the grass? Man, pretty nice. Oh, that's a pretty nice fish. He must have been in the grass though because I thought it was going to be a huge one there. It's a good fish though.
You'll take it, won't you?
Good fish. Yeah, because I'm telling you, I think the bite, was that on a worm, a plastic, a creature bait or something?
A lucky swim?
Swim.
No, I got a red man back on.
There's one.
Yeah.
There's a little crappie. Not a slab, but there's a crappie, guys.
There you go.
All right.
This needs some growing. Needs some growing before his fillets are worth taking away from him.
Break out the crappie rod.
He said, "I like the way you talk." We'll have Jeff on that crappie rod in a second.
I'm switching right now.
About one or two more. It won't take much, I know that. There's a crappie. There's a nice crappie there. That's the size crappie we're looking for. Woohoo, look at that guy, guys. My goodness.
That's a slab.
My goodness.
That is a slab.
Come here, baby. Oh, come up here in this boat with me. Yeah,
Wow.
Look at that. That's a big one.
That's better than two.
That's the kind of crappie you want right there, sports fans. This is fillets are full grown. She's saying, please, 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 Jimmy. There you go, baby doll. She said, oh no, he's talking about fillets. No, 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 no. Not today.
There's one.
Good guy. Gotta be a bass. Yeah, a little bass. Come here, baby. That crappie magic, if you're not catching anything, you put that thing on. It's perfect to use after these cold fronts and stuff. This little jig I got on here, it's a little crappie magic, but that's called a lucky bug. You see the way the tail is? Now you can have that, I had that around flat like that where the tail is flat, or you can have it turned where the tail is sideways, where it's like that, or flat like that. Two different type actions. The little crappie magic jig's got a keeper up there, so you slide it up on that. It's just in the water, it just looks great. See if I can see what it looks like there in the water. Oh, look at here, I got a double going.
Come on, Jimmy.
That's on a Lucky
Get a
Swim
triple.
also.
We need a triple.
Spinnerbait. Red man, spinnerbait. Lucky Swim, red man, got them going.
Couple decent fish.
I'm throwing a crankbait. If I catch one, I have a triple on 3 different baits. How would that be, guys?
Yeah.
I'll go along with
Might be a
that.
little bigger.
Say that again.
I said, Lewis's might be a little bigger.
Say that again, say that again, say that again. Give it to me one more time.
Credit where credit's due.
Woo. Can you make me a copy of that? I want to put it on my ringtone. Oh, touche. Hey, you knocked my fish off. Good rods there when you can bang them together like that. Dang, I wish you hadn't knocked him off. Oh, it's a crappie, a big crappie way out there in the middle on a deep
What
smoothie.
a crappie.
Look at that, look at that. You know, they talk about a largemouth bass, but for the size and everything, crappie have big mouths. And crappie can, that's, of course, a crappie that big can take, you look how big that mouth is. Yeah, that's a female crappie. I don't mean anything by that statement, girls, so I'm telling you. The big male crappie have a big mouth too. In fact, as a matter of fact, here's a biological fact you might not know. Big male crappie have a bigger mouth than the female crappie, okay? I love you girls. He hit that pretty quick. It's a little one, I think. I don't know. On that deep smoothie. Yeah, it's small. Might be hooked in the tail. This might be another crappie. That's a bass. Not like that one I just caught a minute ago. He's not bad. You know, that doggone bait right there, look how he's hooked. Could have hauled him back to wherever I wanted to go and he would never come off. I may not be able to unhook him. That's what I'm looking for. Cannot have too many Bass Pro Shop scissors in your boat. You cannot have too many. I see another fish coming in. Or did you fall in the lake? All you need is just somebody to catch one, Lewis, and you'll catch one to double up. Just want to
I think
make sure,
Lewis got you
just want
beat
to make
too,
sure
Jimmy.
everybody sees your fish.
Yeah, I do.
By golly, I'll take yours is bigger than mine, Lewis.
One more time.
By golly, I think mine is a lot bigger than yours, Lewis. Woo-hoo! Oh, one more time.
Not by much, but I think a little.
Oh my gosh. We're talking about fish, Lewis, by the way. I know that when Jeff said that earlier, he was thinking that's what he's about to say. That's what she said.
Fish? Yeah.
Giant,
No.
but he's going to be a fatty someday.
Good healthy
A little
fish.
fatty
though.
right now.
Good healthy fish.
Well, we're catching them on about 3 or 4 different baits. Smoothie, Lucky Swim, Red Man. There's one. There's one. That feels pretty good right there, guys.
Crankbait?
No, I changed back to a Red Man.
Oh, red man?
Yeah, changed back to that Red Man. I'm catching some on crankbait, but it slowed down a lot, so put my Red Man. He felt pretty good when I had him way out there. He doesn't feel that big now. Boat shrinkage. Oh,
That's pretty good fish.
oh, I changed my mind.
Pretty good fish. Might be best fish of the day there.
I want to hear that. I want to hear that. Mine's bigger than yours. Yours is bigger than mine. I want to hear that, Jeffrey.
I'll give you credit on that one.
I
for
want to
sure.
hear that, Jeffrey. Oh my gosh.
Good fish.
Good one there. You know what? They're so pretty laying there with that Red Man hanging in their mouth. This Red Man spinnerbait is kind of taking over spinnerbaits because it's an old-fashioned spinnerbait. Like Jeff, it's an old-fashioned spinnerbait. This thing is
Good bait.
Well, it's a nice 4-pound fish. This bait's totally different than modern spinnerbaits. One thing you notice right off the bat, it's got a wrapped bend as opposed to a U-bend or an R-bend. That means you can catch 200 or 300 fish on that bait and it won't break. That's right, it won't break. You'll wear the skirts out, and my skirt's getting a little ragged. It's got a crane swivel as opposed to a ball bearing. And you say, well, that's terrible. The ball bearings turn so good. You want that blade to have to work a little bit. Now, it turns okay, but you want it to have to work. You want it to have to work. So when it's turning, it causes more vibration. The shorter arm causes that arm to go back and forth this way, back and forth this way. So you pull it through the water, you can see that arm going back and forth. Bitter vibration, a totally different sound is what's caused by modern spinnerbaits. Comes with a single round blade, gets the most vibration even on a small bait like this. And you notice what else I've done here. You see how long that hook is? That hook is elongated out, which allows you, when a fish hits it, you'll catch more fish per strike. And you hook them good when the hook's a little bit longer. So the ones that's got just regular old hooks in it, it's a lot shorter and you won't catch nearly as many fish. And we're covering up the hook anyway. So that's a Red Man spinnerbait. A kind of a bug eye type head on it. And you can see what happens is they just eat the paint off of it. They eat the paint off of it. And I get so excited when they hit it. Woo!
A little better fish.
I hear a fish. Sounds pretty good too.
Pretty good fish.
Actually. Is that a good one or is he just mean?
He's mean. He's healthy.
Yep, pretty nice one.
That'll work.
And I got everybody red manning right
I
now.
think we're all red man.
Everybody's red manning.
Red
That
man
bigger fish,
spinnerbait.
that bigger fish got everybody's attention. Yeah,
We're no dummies.
yeah. Well, everybody thinks a sunshiny day is a bad day to spinnerbait, and it is not nearly as good as a cloudy day, but early in the year. Yep, there you go. That's a nice one too. That's a
Another
good
red man
too.
fish.
Yep, you bet.
Pretty good fish.
But they'll bite it in a sunny day, and particularly if you got a little wind like we've got today, even though it's a cold wind. Just got to cover a lot of water with it, and that's one thing you
I think I got him beat on that one, Pat.
with a spinnerbait. Well, I finessed that fish out of there. Ooh, good one too. I mean, I finessed that baby out.
Like a nice fish.
Whoa, nice fish. Boy, I was just crawling that through the top of that tree and grass combined. And that girl come up and ate that. Ooh, that girl's pulling drag. Looky there. Ha. Ha ha ha.
Nice fish.
Looky there. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Have to lip that one.
Oh, do it like the pros, like the big boys do. Go ahead, you can do that. I don't care. You can do all that. I'm not gonna bother me a bit. Except a lot of them grab a hold of their line, a lot of them belly land it. I'm gonna lift that big girl up. Woo, looky there,
Nice
looky there,
fish.
looky there. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that bait. Did you see that bait just fell out? It wasn't even hardly hooked. That's a big fish right there. That's a good one right there. That's the one. You wanna kiss my girl, Jeff? Oh my gosh.
Nice fish.
Finesse, crawling. Learn to crawl a crankbait through the brush. Learn to crawl a crankbait, a big crankbait, deep diving crankbait. Learn to crawl it through brush. Learn to crawl it through grass. I had a combination of both. And a big old bass, she couldn't resist it. You know what she thought? She thought it was Roland Martin. Gotta crawl that crankbait. You hear people talking a lot about speed cranking a crankbait. Speed cranking obviously is just when you wind it fast. You want that bait going crazy, you want to go as fast as you can go, bumping into things, hitting things, deflecting off of it, doing a lot of silly stuff. But what about crawling a crankbait? I found out that crawling a crankbait is one of the most effective ways in the world to fish a crankbait. Pull that thing and get it down a little deep and then just sort of to crawl it. Now, when do you crawl it? When do you want to use this type of technique of just crawling a spinnerbait, fishing it slow? You want to use it when the fishing is a little bit more difficult, when it's hard to catch them, and you really want to crawl a spinnerbait anytime that you, spinnerbait, I said a spinnerbait. You want to crawl a crankbait anytime that you feel it hit something. By the way, it's a good technique for a spinnerbait as well. But you want to crawl it anytime you feel it hit something. It's really effective. You pull it down and you feel it hit a brush pile or a stump. Instead of jerking it and carrying on, just crawl that bait through that brush pile. Grass is one of the most effective deals. A lot of times you're going to catch a lot bigger fish on larger sized crankbaits. I'm using the large size deep smoothie there today, and it's catching some really nice fish. But on a bigger bait, it's obviously going to go a little deeper, and if you're around a lot of grass, around the brush, you're going to go down and get in that grass and that brush a lot quicker. But so what you want to do is get down and as you think you got that bait down about the right depth, and you hit some brush, grass or brush, start crawling that bait. Just hit the brush and stop, hit the bait and stuff, just crawl it through the top of it. So now it's going through the top. Now if you got a forward-facing live scope, you can actually watch your bait and crawl it right over the tops of trees, right over the tops of grass, right over the top of brush, and be able to catch a lot of fish. Crawling a crankbait really, really slowly will catch big ones a lot of times when nothing else will.